What does it mean to know your numbers? Why is it even important? Well, the way I like to think about it is knowing your four major numbers right here in order to do velocity banking is like an instruction manual. So I don't know about you guys, but have you ever tried to do something the first time without an instruction manual or some sort of guide? So this reminds me of a story when I tried to learn computer programming for the first time. And it really was frustrating because it's almost like a different language. I was like, what is classes? What are objects? What are methods? You know, why are these things organized in a specific way? Why is my function not working? And all these things were very frustrating when I was trying to learn Java and Python. And over time, as I began to read the instruction manual, which is the book on how to code properly in Java and Python, I began to understand some of the semantics and why they code things in a certain way, in certain structure. And over time, it began to become easier and easier and easier. So that's why I always recommend you know your numbers before beginning velocity banking, because once you have the instruction manual, once you have the guide, eliminating debt, 10xing your income becomes easier and easier and easier the longer you begin to review your numbers and you begin to create a system and plan that just automates this and makes it so easy. So, four major numbers is the most important thing you have to understand when you begin velocity banking. However, you do also have some other numbers that we can look at, which is your assets, your cash on hand, which is very important because we can throw that at some of the debts, which can increase cash flow. And we also need to know what your credit score is, because if you do not have a debt tool like a personal line of credit or credit cards, we can begin to assess whether we can acquire them or do we need to increase your credit score first before we do that. And also what the four major numbers are going to do is going to give you a guideline, right, of where you're specifically at right now. And that's why I like finances, because numbers don't lie. It's all about the math. So if you have negative cash flow, we start with the pregame work. If you have positive cash flow, but you don't have a lot of assets, we can begin the foundational work, and then we just keep moving up step by step, right? Very simple process. So income is very easy. You got to look if you're an employee, what's your W-2? If you're self-employed, how much do you pay yourself on a regular basis? So let's just say you earn $3,000 a month. Great, that's awesome. That's average income, a little bit above average income for an American earner. Let's say, you live in an apartment, you have a roommate, and you spend on average what most people spend during a month. So something like this. Say you spend $2,500 a month. Great. So in order to get cash flow, you have to subtract your income from your expenses. We got your cash flow. Cool. $500 a month, which puts us in that position to be able to do velocity banking because we have enough cash flow over $250, right? And then we list out debts. Debts are any long-term liabilities that you may have. So a mortgage could be a debt. Mortgage, a car loan, auto loan, any sort of personal loans, right? Any sort of long-term liability is going to be a debt. And what you want to do with your debts is you want to organize them from the highest debt to the lowest debt, and you want to list out your minimum payments and the interest rate on all of them. And then we can create sort of a game plan on how to attack these debts, because we don't want to have any debt on our journey to freedom. We want to be completely debt free. So once you list out all of these numbers and have them organized, you can see the bigger picture, and we can begin to attack this. So what I'm going to do is I'll have a PDF in the description box down below so you guys can download it and you can figure out what your four major numbers are, and then we can begin to move forward from there. What you have to understand is that knowledge is power. Information is an asset to us. So once you know your four major numbers, creating a roadmap becomes super easy. And you probably won't even need me and my videos at this point once you figure out your four numbers. But if you like accountability, you can keep watching. You can even ask me for help or some questions that you may have on how to do velocity banking, and I'll be glad to help you guys out. My hope is that you guys take the time out of your day to download the file. It'll be free. Fill it out so you guys can have some clarity in your lives and begin to go down this journey of building your own freedom, because at the end of the day, that's what we want. Money is not even really that important. It's the things we can get with money that gives us more importance and value in life. So that's what I want to do for you guys. I want to make it super clear so you guys can have that availability of money to live the exact lifestyle that you want. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you soon.